Hey guys, it's Melissa here with Rooted Home and Garden. Today I'm going to be working in my vegetable garden where I'm going to be showing you how I train my tomato vines to grow on a trellis. It's super easy. You don't need many tools. Now for this project, you only need 2 items to complete this. You need some sort of scissors or clippers and twine, and that's it. Now this twine, I bought this at Walmart for like $4. It's super cheap, super easy, but it makes such a huge impact on your garden. Now this is the area where I am going to be working. This is a San Marzano tomato plant. And as you can see, I have tomatoes growing everywhere. It's a very happy plant. Now in order to do this project, you want to make sure that you have the indeterminate tomatoes. Those are the tomatoes that grow up really tall and they continue to grow all season long. That makes it so you can create that trellis look that I'm going to be creating this season. There are multiple ways to do this. You're going to see online that everybody has an opinion on how it's supposed to be done. I'm going to tell you there's no real right way to do it. I may do it differently than other people, and that's okay. You don't have to copy me. I am not an expert at anything. This is just how I've been doing my garden, and I thought it would be fun to show you how I do it. So the first thing we're going to do when we start this project is we want to make sure that we're tying up all the branches. We're going to do cutting later, but the first thing we're going to do is tie up. So here I'm going to take my string, and I do want to create a pretty long string just because it makes it easier when it's longer. When it's shorter string, I notice I end up tying tighter than I really want to tie because you don't want to tie too tight, especially with the tomato branches. They are so delicate and they break very easily. I know for a reason from experience. Something like this is perfectly fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a branch. We're going to take this branch, for example. See how it's coming out? We don't want it to come out. So what we're going to do is we're going to delicately, very delicately, push it against the trellis. And we're going to take our string and I'm going to tie it around the cattle panel. Just like this. And very carefully, we're just going to tie a bow. Don't tie a knot, tie a bow because it makes it super easy to take off at the end of the season. So I'm just over here just tying a bow very delicately, just like so. Perfect. And now that branch is up here on the trellis. Now what most people do is they cut off the suckers. I don't ever cut off the suckers. The reason why I don't cut off the suckers are because I notice a lot of fruit actually grow on the suckers, so I keep the suckers. But you can't leave on the main branches and the suckers and all the leaves because that's too much energy being dispersed throughout the plant. You want the focus to be on fruit production because that's the whole point. So we do need to remove some things in order for the energy to go into the fruit. So what I cut off instead are actually the leaves. All right, so here, right here in the center, you see this? This is a sucker going up. I'm going to be cutting off this leaf. We don't need this leaf right here. We're going to cut that off, just like that. And now more energy will be spent going into creating the fruit. There's another branch right here. I'm going to cut this off as well, this other leaf branch, because I want the fruit to get the energy to grow nice and big. Now I am going to throw a little loop here. You want to make sure you don't cut off too much because they do need the leaves as well to absorb the sun to send energy into the plant. I hope that doesn't confuse you a little bit. You want to cut some, but not too much. Now I'm going to take my string again and I'm going to end up tying more pieces. I have a nice big beautiful branch right here, so I want to get that tied up. But once again, I have to be super careful not to break the branch. So I'm pushing it through the cattle panel, very carefully, making a bow. Just like that. And once again, as carefully as I possibly can, tie another piece to the cattle panel. And then don't forget, we need to cut off some leaves to make up for not cutting off the suckers. There we go. Oh, my sugar snap peas are officially done. It's just gotten too warm for them. I'm going to cut off this one as well. There we go. All right, that's looking so much better. Let's go to the other side and see what we need to do. Now, truly, this job only should take a few minutes if you are on top of it every week. I do this every Monday, come out here and I tie up new pieces because it does grow rather quickly and you don't want to let it get away with you because then you just have to really maybe end up cutting off more than you're wanting to cut off. But if you're on top of it, it should only take a few minutes. I'm almost out of twine. Oh no. Oh, darn it. I broke a branch. That was the top of it. Shoot. Well, that stinks, but that's what happens. And it really can't get easier than that. That's a few simple clips, a couple of ties, and you're done for the week. Isn't this great? If you have a small garden like I do and you don't really have much space, growing tomatoes vertically is the way to go. Truly, this is so easy. This is such an easy way to grow tomatoes in a small garden. And you don't have to fuss with those little tomato cages that never hold them up anyway. Plus, it helps you access all the fruit all over it, and you get so much. All right, guys, see you next time.